Hey everyone, welcome back to the Football Plug, where we take a look at the star NFL players that I feel should be traded before the trade deadline on November 3rd. First up is OBJ. He just doesn't fit this Browns offense. They want to run the ball first and then set up the pass. It's evident when Baker Mayfield comes out and slings the ball around. They usually end up losing those games. He only caught 4 touchdowns last year, and so far this year, he's got 4 touchdowns, including 1 rushing, and 3 of those came in the one Dallas game, and he's yet to even reel in more than 5 receptions a game. You know, for someone with OBJ's talents and how much money he's getting paid, 15 mil, right at the top of wide receivers through 2023, there needs to be more production, so I think the Browns should move on from him. Next up is Stephon Gilmore of the Patriots. I was interested to learn that the reigning Defensive Player of the Year was actually being shopped in the offseason a little bit around training camp by the Patriots. Therefore, they're definitely considering still moving on from him. He's approaching 30 and is a very cap-friendly deal for the next year. Only $7 million, which even if he does take a step back at age 30, he should for that kind of money, he should still be great. The Patriots and Bill Belichick are one of the best run organizations. So, they're way ahead of this, I feel. And they know they're great at compiling draft picks as well. So I think they should, look to move on. They know this isn't their year. Why not, try to rebuild real quick and continue to dominate this division for the next 20 years. Third is Matt Ryan. Now that Atlanta finally fired their head coach and GM after it was long overdue, I think it's finally also time, for Matt Ryan to move on, from this era in Atlanta. He's 35 years old. And, in typical Matt Ryan, he still puts up some monster games, but then, he comes out and does awful when, the games matter. Atlanta really needs a full-fledged rebuild. And while he's under contract until the end of 2023, there's an out before the start of the 2022 season. And I think if he moved to someone with a competent offensive line that could protect him right now, he's good enough to finally win that Super Bowl that he should have probably won, a few years back after that, blown lead. I don't think we want to talk about that anymore. Fourth is AJ Green. Big fan of AJ Green throughout his career. It's a little, tough to watch the last few years for him with sitting out the whole year last year. And I think that really had a big impact on him coming into the season and how many targets and looks he's getting, because it seemed like when Zach Taylor came in last year as the new head coach, he just built that offense, without AJ Green, and you're seeing that he's not, getting the same kind of targets he was, in previous years. He's only 32, so he definitely has still time to be productive. And when you consider guys like AB and Des Bryant are getting talks, like obviously they're free agents, so it won't cost them anything. But I think AJ Green, someone who's been on the field, been playing during this whole pandemic, is definitely a better option than either of those two guys. Lastly, we have, and most controversially, Laremy Tunsil. Now, I feel that they should trade him for a few reasons. Obviously, he came just recently in a huge draft haul in the beginning of 2019 season with Kenny Stills for 2 first-round picks, a second-round pick, some players, and some more draft picks. It was a huge trade. However, it's evident with Bill O'Brien being fired, the Texans aren't, in the position to win right now. Now, Tunsil, controversially, like I said, he's having his best season. So why would we want to trade him now? Well, I think, therefore, we get the best return. And we really need some draft picks in Houston. Deshaun Watson is still, running around for his life, so it really shouldn't make a difference, honestly, without Tunsil. He's having a great season. He's young. And the fact he's under contract through 2023, you can try and get back some of that draft capital that Bill O'Brien just threw away, basically. Because it seems like Deshaun Watson was their last first-round pick. All right, guys. That's all for this episode. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks.